Hello friends, today in this video we are going to talk about the ACCA program. So essentially three things of the ACCA program actually: the eligibility, the exemptions and the duration of the ACCA program. So there are a lot of you all who want to pursue the program, but there's a lot of confusion regarding how many papers you need to take, when you can take the papers, what will be the timeline, so on and so forth. So I will address all these queries in our video today. So, ACCA, we know, is the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, and it's a chartered accounting program. So, just like we have the CA in India, we have ACCA from the UK. It's a global chartered accountancy program. The ACCA Institute was actually formed way back in 1904. So yes, it's like a 115-year-old institute, and clearly I can say that's one of the most respected and one of the largest global body for professional accountants. And this program is recognized across 183 countries. It's one of the most sought after programs in the accounting domain. So essentially, what this program does is that it's got world class curriculum, so it makes you industry relevant, it makes you more employable. It actually transforms you into a dynamic professional who can drive the business forward. Okay, so let me not go into the scope of the ACCA program, because on our channel we have a separate video which is dedicated and it's dealing totally with the scope of ACCA. So all those people who want to know more about the program can actually log on, and you can actually see that video. In today's video I am totally going to discuss three things in details, which is the eligibility, the exemptions and the duration of the ACCA program. Okay, so first we come to the eligibility for the ACCA program. So the eligibility for this program is class 10. Any student who's cleared his or her class 10 exam can actually appear for the ACCA program. This is the eligibility. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the exemptions. Um, okay, so the ACCA program has got 13 papers. Okay, so the entire curriculum is having 13 papers. This program can be done by students who are in class 11. This program can be done by IPCC cleared people. This program can be done by qualified professionals. So there's a lot of confusion on how many papers will be exempted and how many papers you actually need to appear for. So today we are going to talk about the various entry levels to the program. How many papers would be exempted, how many papers you need to appear for, and what will be the timeline. Okay, so we start from high school students right after class 10. Right after class 10, if you take this program, you will have no exemptions. So you need to appear for entire 13 papers, and the timeline would be roughly around 4 years. So after class 10, if you are doing the program, you can complete it alongside your graduation. Next, we come to class 12 pass outs. So if you have completed your 10 plus 2 and you enroll into the program, you will again not get any exemptions. You need to appear for 13 papers and you can complete the program alongside your graduation. Now let's come to graduates. Okay, so before I go to graduates, let me just mention that there might be students who have completed the 11 and 12 in the arts or the science stream. So again, there's a confusion in this regard. Can these students also do the ACCA program? Yes, you can. Even students who have taken the 11 and 12 in arts or in science background can also do the ACCA program. You need to do a total of 13 papers and you can also complete it alongside your graduation. Okay, so now let's come to graduates, the candidates who have completed the graduation on the basis of their existing qualification. Okay, so they get exemptions. You get an exemption of 4 papers, which means out of the 13 papers, graduates need to appear for 9 papers. Timeline to complete this program would be 2 to 2.5 years. Okay. Now, IPCC cleared or CA inter cleared. So, if you're a student who has completed his CA inter or IPCC, you will get an exemption of 6 papers, which means an IPCC qualified student needs to appear for 7 papers, and the timeline to complete a program for an IPCC qualified would be 1.5 years. Now, if you're a qualified professional, if you're a qualified CA, already completed your CA program, you're entitled to an exemption of 9 papers, which means a qualified CA needs to appear for 4 out of the 13 papers. 9 papers exempted, you need to take 4 papers, and the timeline for you to complete it would be 1 year. Now, interestingly, we also have exemptions for CA finalists. Okay, so those of you all who have appeared for the CA final exam unfortunately could not clear it, but you all have secured 40 marks in costing, accounting, and SFM. You are also entitled to an exemption of 9 papers in ACCA. So, you CA finalist will also get an exemption of 9 papers. You have to take 4 papers and you can complete it in a timeline of 1 year. Okay, now we come to qualified CMAs, a certified management accountant from the US. If you're a qualified CMA US, you are again entitled to an exemption of 6 papers. You need to take 7 out of the 13 papers, and the timeline for you will again be 1.5 years. You also have a CMA from India with less than 5 years of work experience. Okay, so if you're holding less than 5 years of you will be getting an exemption of 7 papers. A qualified CMA from India having less than 5 years of will get an exemption of 7 papers. You need to take 6 papers. You need to write down 6 out of the 13 papers, and the timeline for you will also be 1.5 years. Finally, coming to CMAs from India having a work experience of more than 5 years, will be getting an exemption of 9 papers. So, just like the CA, a CMA with a work ex of more than 5 years will also get an exemption of 9 papers, which means you have to finally write down 4 papers and you can complete this qualification in a timeline of 1 year. Okay, so these are the details of the various entry levels and the number of papers you're entitled for exemption, the number of papers you need to write down, and the timeline. So yeah, just let me just add on why these institutes abroad are actually offering you exemptions. So these institutes are offering you exemption because they are giving you credit, or they are actually acknowledging the knowledge that you have acquired on the basis of your existing qualification. So the whole idea is you already have knowledge in that particular space, in these particular subjects. You don't need to repeat and appear for those subjects. Okay, so based on your existing qualifications, they are giving you merit for that knowledge that you've already acquired, and that's why you are entitled to exemptions. You get a fast track route, and then you can pursue this qualification and get those exemptions. Friends, yes, if you like this video and find this information useful, you can also share it with your friends, and you can subscribe to our channel for getting more information on professional programs. Thank you very much.